the Netflix era. Like, but that's too on the nose.
I feel you.
The streaming era.
Something.
Yeah, the streaming era. I think that's a little better.
Like the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression.
the Golden Era.
Right.
But then they went the
new
PG era.
The Netflix.
Well, the new generation always kind of pissed me off.
The era.
It's all the eras, and then just the new generation. It's like
The era sponsored by Netflix.
Sponsored by Netflix. Yeah, true. Welcome to the SVW Podcast. My name is Roman. I'm here, as always, with Heck,
You.
Woody,
Yes, sir.
and Gunky Main, a.k.a. The Gunk.
What's going on?
Yeah, I mean the sold out era. That's what we're in right now, I guess.
Yeah, 'cause everyone breaks the prior Gates record.
We charge you so much money era.
Basically. We have a
Bunky
huge...
has a good podcast era.
There we
Yeah,
go.
true.
It's
Heard
a
about
new
fans.
day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. We have a huge episode for you guys this week. If you didn't know, Raw on Netflix was on Monday, and we are going to break down the entire episode, starting off with that incredible cold open video and that just intro from Triple H and The Rock.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of upset about it. A lot of people thought it was really great. They thought they kind of like talked about the business too much.
Cold is a good
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. But it's one of the. I think it's one of the things that's going to be looked upon favorably in the past, but in the present, it was kind of like you could just post that video on social media.
I don't know.
I didn't need to watch it on the jumbotron.
But yeah.
I don't know, man. I thought that video was.
sick.
I thought it was so
With the
sick.
curtains and shit.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
That was amazing.
That's
And
what it
then
takes to get you in curtains.
Dude, I'm a
Curtains, man.
big curtain fan.
The only
bro.
the only problem I had with it was that we didn't get to hear. It's time to play the game.
Yeah. I thought it was. He only did one. Are you ready?
He did. That
Normally,
is
it's
true.
an Are you ready followed by a more intense Are you ready?
It's true.
I'm
Yeah.
more of a
Disappointed.
King of Kings guy anyway. But
Oh yeah.
Hey, to each their own.
And
Yeah.
Queen of Kings. Shout out to Kevin James.
Yeah.
King of Queens.
Friend of Mick Foley. Friend of us.
Went
Yeah.
to school
Kevin
with
James.
Foley.
Shout out to him. Then we're going to talk tribal combat and John Cena's the beginning of the end for John Cena.
His last time is now.
Last time is now. Get on WWE.com now and get your last time is now shirts and
Oh.
towels.
I'll get it when it's not in Dodger blue. Shit pisses me off. I hate
What did you
that
say
color.
earlier, Woody? It's great for the Make-A-Wish kids.
Yeah, it's a rough motto for Make-A-Wish
Yeah, I'm
kids.
sure
Your
that-
last time is now.
I'm sure that's an awkward interaction. Of like, oh, hey, bud, here's my shirt.
The
Your
last
time is up. Your
time.
last time is now.
He's like, are you sure you don't want to
Terrible.
just... Randy's here. You want to just... here's a shirt.
Make-A-Wish fast.
Randy's just taking out Make-A-Wish kids,
Jesus Christ. I mean, he is the legend.
punching them.
He is the legend killer. Then we're going to go Rhea versus Liv, McIntyre versus Jay, and Seth versus Punk. The end of that card. I thought those matches were great, personally.
Yeah, it's because you're a mark.
They were raw
Yeah,
matches.
child, a
was a good
babyface
Raw.
lover.
They were raw matches. For it's supposed to be the like set up as like PLE level like fucking Netflix debut. They were raw matches.
You're right. And then, of course, before we get out of here, we have, of course, a couple quick hits. New champs on NXT, new champs on SmackDown, and the 8th greatest match of all time. But let's get into Raw on Netflix. And we'll start with that cold open video. I mean, personally, right off the bat, I loved it. I thought it set up a great precedent for the streaming era and just kind of ushering us into this new, this new whatever you want to call it, I guess, streaming era.
Yeah, it's cool. Get
but
it
I
out the
enjoyed
way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to see shit like that no more.
Yeah, nothing says welcome to the new era more than like 45 minutes of fucking old wrestlers talking.
old wrestlers talking, right?
Well, I appreciated it because I feel like this has been done before, but this went like real in depth, and I feel like it showed people who, I mean, obviously like or maybe not aren't contracted in it. Like I feel like they really did a good job. Like I feel like if you were to pick any of the, because I mean WrestleMania 23, like every WrestleMania they do it, like looking back at all the WrestleManias, you know what I mean? It's like. So, but like an actual history telling where they start, like they started in the carny, like they started at the
It's cool for the
very
casual
beginning.
fans.
No, it's a very good, like short, just synopsis of where of what it came from to where we are. And I think it was good for Netflix.
Yeah, I'm about to say because it's all over Netflix. You go to Netflix, you know what I mean? The Raw logo with them ripping through and all. Mm-hmm. Like it's everywhere. So like I said, for the casual fan, somebody who was just like, oh, you know, like I used to watch wrestling when I was a young lad, you know, when I was a young warthog, and then they just like,
Nice.
Let's
That's Lion
check it
King
out.
reference.
Yeah, true.
Also, that canvas.
Mufasa in theaters now.
that canvas painted with all the wrestlers'
cool.
faces, like just like a collage of just like all the legends. That was fucking sick, and I hope that's somewhere for people to see at some point, because like that was, I don't know, it's pretty sick.
I
Gotta be
mean,
like in a
it's
museum or
WB, so
something.
you could definitely like buy a version of it, or they're gonna cut it up and put a piece of it on a fucking Topps card. or
Card,
some
yeah.
shit.
No, that'll go in like, you know, the little
Matt
office in
Legend.
Stanford or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Hopefully.
We'll charge you to look at then.
Yeah, I'm
Charge
sure.
you to look at
I'm
it.
sure they will. But yeah, then like you said, Gunky, the curtains were up, and the curtains came down, and there was the man himself, Hunter
Yeah.
Hearst Helmsley.
I mean, for the arena, man, I was really into it.
yeah.
It was
It's sick.
fucking
Nice.
great. Like, but I feel like it just like sets. Chris was saying it's like they're like one of the most like advanced
It
like
is.
arenas that there
There's
is.
a
insane.
charger at every seat.
That's
You would bring your own cord with like,
So
like
sick.
USB.
Because like the red
outlets
lights, I
every
was like,
30
oh,
seats.
is that like a Netflix
Raw
thing?
thing.
You know, Netflix red. You know what I mean? Raw red. Like, and apparently that's just like part of the arena.
Yeah, they can change the color.
Yeah,
They
I
can
saw at
do-
one point it was like
That's
blue.
so
Yeah, yeah. And I was
sick.
like,
Yeah,
oh
it's-
shit, that's cool.
the
And then
intro-
the round kind of screen.
It's like a step below.
It's
like
one
the
of like
Las
3
Vegas.
arenas that has that now. I think that big round thing. It's
Right.
like there, and then SoFi, and then
Las Vegas.
yeah, Las Vegas.
The Sphere.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
I can't wait for like Raw or SmackDown to go to the
Oh,
Sphere. That
bro,
would be
they have to,
sick.
right?
Oh,
Like,
I'm
they
sure
haven't
they
announced
will.
anything, but
Because
they
I don't know
have
if you
to.
guys saw when UFC did it. It was like incredible, the entrances and just and
Yeah.
imagine with the pageantry of fucking WWE, it's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
They could put the whole like that thing, like the poster or whatever, like you were saying, like on the whole like sphere.
Mhm.
That'd be cool as shit.
No, it'd be awesome. It'd
Zen.
be so cool.
Now, forever.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Doom doom. You got Netflix doom doom, right?
Yeah. But yeah, Triple H came out, you know, did his little promo, Netflix era, then, you know, hits him with an Are You Ready? And then, of course,
Bro, it was just missing a water bottle and him spitting.
yeah, I know. You
Yeah,
know,
as if
but that's
you-
what I said before we
He
started.
brings back some of the hits, not all the hits.
Right.
That's what I
a
said
little
before we
disappointing
started. We
sometimes.
didn't get to hear, you know, it's time
Are
to
you ready?
He needed to save time for Hogan's promo.
Okay.
We'll get into
We'll
that.
get into Hogan's promo later.
Nothing about this entire show was about saving time. This was about like how long can we stretch every single segment so we can cut as much
Yeah.
stuff out of this show as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. And yeah, so then of course he says, "Are you ready?" All the lights go out, and we hear, "Just some," and then out comes
The
one-
final boss.
Only the final boss.
Nah, that wasn't the final boss, man. That was
Nah,
That
yeah,
was Dwayne. That wasn't even
that
The
was
Rock.
Dwayne.
That was Mr. Johnson,
Yeah, Mr. Johnson,
member of the
Esquire.
board.
Looked like
Yeah,
a
Mr.
cool ass
Johnson.
pop pop. His shades were fire though. I'd rock them,
Yeah.
Johns. But
Um,
you can see like
He's looking old.
yes,
He
yeah,
is.
yeah, you know what I mean.
He's
like,
looking a little bit-
definitely,
It's because he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's getting
he's
up there.
not young anymore.
Yeah, I was. It was cool, but like, fuck that. Like, I wanted like him to come in there. I wanted that final boss, big
100%.
dick energy. Like,
Yeah, he's
and
playing
he was in there
politics,
like
it's all, you know.
It was down
jerking
there.
off Cody. Like,
Yeah,
you know
he
what
was-
I mean? Like,
he was-
thanks for everything you did.
The dude was on his knees for half of the
Tell your
the
mom I
promos
said
there.
hi.
Yeah.
Just
It was,
like thanking Big Daddy Netflix for being so kind on the
Corporate
aftercare.
overlords, as they call them.
Yeah, like I don't know,
It's-
but I guess it really solidified like he's not going to be at Mania. I know there's rumors.
Nah.
We never still fully know, but like you know, Moana over WWE all day. Apparently, like
I mean,
got to
bro.
reshoot the live action coming to theater soon. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah,
What
just,
the
Sponsored
hell?
by
Did they
Disney
got
Plus.
heck? Like what the fuck?
they got him. They got him.
Fuck is this? We've been
I mean,
compromised.
Hex check is in the mail.
I mean, bro, listen, you know, they be cutting them checks. You know what I'm saying?
Coming to a
They be
theater
cutting
near
them
you.
checks.
Look,
And that
I'll-
movie made like what? I'm sure billions of dollars.
I mean,
well, at the end of the day,
least.
I think Heck's right. It doesn't seem like he's gonna be at Mania, or else I think he would have done something here.
Right, there had to be something. There was even opportunities when he was talking or certain shit.
I wish there was a reason. I wish he would wrestle because it needs to be a reason that he's that fucking big. That dude is just
Moana.
big for
Dude,
nothing.
You know how big that motherfucker was?
Yeah,
you got to be Maui.
Yeah,
No, he had a bodysuit on for Maui.
Oh,
In the live action,
Yeah.
he has a bodysuit.
well, yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
The fuck do I know about
Oh,
it?
fuck this. I'm off.
dude.
Heck's walking out.
Hollywood is bullshit.
Dude, I mean, I don't know if you guys read his he was a GQ man
No,
of the
I did
year.
not.
Oh, okay. He was a GQ man of the year this year, and I thought he was they kind of in the article they kind of talked about wrestling a little bit, but not even that much.
Not what the guy's fucking known for and what he built his career on.
Well,
and,
no, but I thought
you did this little thing called wrestling.
Well, that was the
you,
thing.
right?
And I read the article thinking that he was going to talk a little bit about wrestling because it seemed like he was going to be, really back invested, and then he didn't talk about it pretty much at all.
Vested is an understatement. Didn't he just buy more shares, or
Well,
was
yeah.
giving more shares?
No, invested.
As much
actually
as he
invested.
gets
He's literally
from
invested.
the business is more than what the salary of all the wrestlers combined is.
How annoying
It's
do you
crazy.
think he is at the board meetings? Well, they're just for the fourth quarter, he's like, "Hey, you guys want me to? Should I go SummerSlam? What do you think? Should I wrestle in Survivor Series?"
What
you
should
think-
we do?
He's
I
just
got it.
he's just people are standing there in business suits having a meeting. He's in a Gucci shirt or other thing, walking around
Sleeve
cutting
cut
promos on
Terrible
people.
dinosaur tattoo. That's
Yeah.
And I know it's something he's trying to sell, right? But I feel like he's a raging alcoholic at this point because there's not a time that I don't see him with a bottle of just fucking
No,
his.
that is him
always-
trying
Drinking
to
and
sell.
driving,
Bro,
baby.
Yeah,
Set-
let's all take shots and get in our trucks and drive away.
No, that
no,
is him
officer,
trying to
I was
sell.
not drinking and driving.
That is him trying to
He
sell.
pulled
trust
that
me.
motherfucker is hammered.
The cop pulls up
24/7.
Netflix
Well, he's
Yeah,
he's like
I don't see you.
350 pounds at this point, so he's got to be able to take a few shots without feeling it, right?
Yeah, probably.
That dude,
100%.
that's
That
the
motherfucker
reason
eats
he's so
18
big.
pancakes
Also,
every
those
day,
bottles could all be a work, bro. That could just be
just orange juice.
yeah, 100%.
Or
I was gonna say about
in my
your
head, he's fucking hammered 24/7. I think
Right.
that's pretty funny.
They need a Terramana Wheatley cocktail we can have, you know?
True.
whoa,
Fucking
Or no,
Stone
no,
Cold
Wheatley
smoking
gotta
weed
the
drink it.
American
and petting
people's
cats on
nightmare.
a farm and
The
Barack is
American
the
people's
alcohol.
nightmare. It's Trump.
the American people.
It's the
The
American people are a nightmare.
Oh, we need to put that in the merch.
Put that on a neck tattoo.
Yeah,
The
100%.
American people's nightmare.
Real quick, I was gonna say back to your boardroom comment. Do you think that they all get in there and they're like, "Where's Dwayne? Where's Dwayne?" And then all
He's
the
got
lights go out and
entrance
he goes,
music.
"Hey, get some Met," and he just walks into the boardroom.
Dun,
Dun,
dun, dun.
I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible.
But yeah, even when he was in there, where Roman, and he was like,
Oh, hey, buddy.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he took the Ulafala from Paul Heyman, I was like, oh, all right, here we go. We're gonna get something.
I thought we were.
Nope, you fucking corporate stooge.
He is.
He just places it on him, gives him a kiss on the cheek and hugs him and squeezes his butt cheek. I'm just
Real
like,
Pat
what
Patterson
the
and
fuck
fucking
is going on?
and Briscoe.
And then he tried on NXT.
Corporate
He tried
stooges.
to I guess talk about it. You know what I mean? Try to shoot on it. The people were like, you gotta let Cody finish his story. Don't be mean to Cody. Just follow it. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the ride. I'm just bro.
yeah. This is
Here's
the
the thing.
You were just on social media and was like, oh, I gotta
This is the
address
thing I
this.
hate about The
people
Rock.
aren't stupid.
Yeah, one of the things I hate about The Rock is he's sitting here saying that we're upset that he is now being mean or nice to Cody when he was mean, and last year we were upset because he's suddenly being mean to Cody. No, we're upset because you inject yourself into a storyline that you got no fucking part in. Mm-hmm. You have no reason to be a part of this, and you try to make yourself the main story. When it was Cody's story. We were all invested in Cody's story, and The Rock's like, "Well, I'm here," and we're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, go do your thing." And he's like, "No, I'm involved in Cody." That's why we were mad.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
taking
like,
Cody's
I
spot.
gotta film this movie. When I'm back for that movie, Cody, I'm coming for that.
So then
belt.
we have all this buildup, yeah, and now we say, "Hey, disregard anything we built, anything I said before. Let's insult all of your intelligence to remember a year ago." And now we're just buddies, and we talk about me, saying hi to his mom. It's just a funny
and
thing.
then gives you the bullshit thing, oh, I'm just 20 steps ahead of you. Like,
you're not.
just enjoy it.
Bro.
No, you're not.
They did the same gimmick last year where he was like, just shut up and enjoy the ride. And then the ride took us exactly where we thought it was going to go.
Also, every time they try to
With
say
him, like, losing. And
whenever
then
he
Cody
does
getting
something
the-
wrong, people are like, "Oh, what does it mean? What does the 1, 2, 3 mean with the it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Literally.
He's not that smart.
Literally doesn't
Yo,
mean
wait.
anything.
He's not thinking ahead.
What was the thing? Remember when everyone put their fingers up and then
And he had
was
his
like,
thumb out.
And
And
when
then-
he was like, that means nothing. Everyone was like,
He just did it by accident. And everyone's like, "This guy, you watch, it's gonna mean something."
I think he has like fucked up like fingers where he can't
He's,
like
like,
bend
nerves, like,
certain.
Sabu and shit.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he
because when he
probably
did the
has
1, 2,
nerve
3, he went like
damage.
1, 2, and then he went like 3 or something
I
like
can't
that.
put,
Just something
can't
weird.
put my
He did
pointer
the
finger
3.
up.
Oh, he
like,
did 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's something weird going on with his fucking finger. I think
No,
I don't think he can move. Like, he can't do that without that.
The same thing's happening inside of his brain. There's no way that dude's brain is as sharp as it used to be. Like it just you don't take that many hits and do that many steroids, and then like
Old
you know
rock
drink
brain.
Terramana
It-
for
what it used
breakfast
to be.
and just be like a solid
I mean, I don't
conscious
know.
individual.
Scott Steiner is one of the best mathematicians I know, and that guy probably did more steroids than the entire locker room.
No, Big
True.
Papa Pump was clean.
Yeah. Freaks 9 days out of the week.
But he couldn't even say that.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
His name is literally Big Papa Pump.
He was taking the cleanest steroids out
He
there.
definitely was. Yeah. And then yeah, we had the tribal combat match. I mean, what did you guys think of the match?
nobody was supposed to be out there and involved, but you know,
You know, it happens every time.
yeah, a bunch of
At least,
Samoans.
at least
Like
no one came out in a
clockwork.
black hoodie. At least we didn't even try to like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know.
Yo,
Black
I
hoodie
haven't-
stock is down.
Yo, I haven't seen a black hoodie gimmick in a while.
Wait
know.
till they sign Zilla.
Stock is down. Yeah.
Yo, do you think they
They'll
Triple
Zilla
H?
brings back the
They'll
black,
black
hoodie.
hoodie Zilla.
You think Triple H heard this podcast and he was like, man,
Yeah, maybe.
those
Too many
guys don't
black
like it.
hoodies.
Too many black hoodies.
They're controlling the market.
Do you think it was Triple H, the one that said Gunky did a good job last week?
I think so.
I think it was Triple H.
I would.
It was Hunter.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trips.
Thanks,
Paul, thanks, Paul.
But it was a decent match. But like, what's now? Like, Jacob. I mean,
now?
Solo told Tamatanga that you know, if he wins it, I'm gonna acknowledge him, and you gotta acknowledge him.
Yeah.
Does like Jacob like, nah, you bitched out, like, and Jacob goes and does his own thing. Like, is the bloodline all under one?
Can you imagine a world where Jacob doesn't love Solo? That
No.
seems like the worst breakup
I
of all
love
time.
you, Roman.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that.
Maybe he needs to spend
anywhere.
some time I loving you himself. You know what I mean?
I love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Jacob. That's how he wakes up in the mirror now.
I think best case scenario. Oh no, I don't know.
Right, where's it go? What happens now?
I want.
Well, they're
Paul-
just
you know what
in
I
fourth
want?
inning, guys.
You know
Don't
what I
worry.
want? I want Paul Heyman with Jacob Fatu somehow.
That's CM Punk's request. No.
CM Punk's like, I just would love that pairing. I just want you to go manage Jacob at some point.
I know back in the day, people were like, they're stretching out the bloodline because it's cinema. Now they're just stretching out the bloodline because, like, what else are they going to do with these guys?
Well,
Yeah.
because The Rock owns like 49% of the company.
Well, it is kind of hard. Like, where do you put Roman now? I guess put him in the Rumble. I mean, who's the world
Now
champion?
he has to get a title back. You know
I
what
guess like him. Like, I guess he could face Gunther at Mania. That would be a pretty sick match. That wouldn't be too bad.
You
don't know.
And
gotta,
then Gunther just brings a bunch of pigmentally challenged people to
Whites.
go against the
whites,
a
Samoans.
bunch of whites.
Like Ludwig and all the,
The other guy?
European.
Giovanni.
Right.
Uh,
The
They can
NXT
link up with
UK
what's his
roster.
What are
face?
they-
Who's the other
the
guy?
Gallus-
Anglo-Saxon? No,
No,
not
the Gallus boys
Anglo-Saxon.
are like Irish.
The
You
War
Byron
Raiders?
Saxton?
Byron Saxton.
Anglo-Saxon?
Byron
Yeah,
Saxton might be the whitest man I know. So yeah,
that's true. He's got like back in the R.I.P. to Gumble, but he had those same kind of like the whitest people person Gumble vibes.
Yo, you know what? They could probably like get the War Raiders to link up with that crew too. Those guys are like teetering on the edge of like, you know.
Nah, those are Nordic. They're not Germanic.
I don't know. Did you
Vikings.
see them the other night on Raw, dude? They were looking real biker like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
once
it's like,
once they
well,
start dressing like 1%ers, you kind of
Oh, and then wait, who's the other guy from NXT? What's his face?
Oh yeah,
Is he
what's
white?
his face?
You know, yeah.
Charlie Dempsey? What do you?
No, you know
he's not on
NXT.
NXT. You're talking about God damn it, he's making me blank now.
Yeah, he got called up.
Fucking Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov. They could probably.
They got beef.
He's got it. He's got it.
Dragunov gets back.
There's nothing that doesn't get along more than a Russian and a German.
right?
I guess it's fair.
Actually, but
one time.
Putin and Stalin.
One time.
Except for that one time.
One time.
That one time.
How'd that work out?
Didn't go well for either of them.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm just curious to see where it goes. Like they join them now that The Rock is out of the picture. Like if The Rock was still involved, you know what I mean? Like maybe The Rock is still pulling some strings, and that's when we get Zilla and like Jacob's like, yo, I'm not acknowledging the tribal chief. Like, you know what I mean? Or he turns on Solo like, yo, you were supposed to be the one, and now like you're not.
I'm just happy this could be a sign of things to come where they open the show and we don't got to have Bloodline closing every fucking show constantly because it's just not that great anymore.
Yeah.
And this, if they can keep running, this sounds like right now it seems like a really good mid card story that they can run with.
Are they moved to Raw? I'm guessing, right?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think this was like a special.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Or Roman was a free agent.
Transfer portal bullshit.
Yo, you in this transfer portal.
Do you think that Sami Zayn could ever be the tribal chief, or is it kind of like when you're like? You move to America, you can't be the president.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
like that type of thing. You think that's what's going on, or do you think Sami Zayn could have the Ufalafa one day?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Sami Zayn could have waffles.
Okay,
I don't think so.
All right. Just a quick question.
Well, after Tribal Combat, we had, like I said, the beginning of the end for John Cena.
At this point now, we're about an hour 15 into this.
Right.
We've had one match.
70 commercials.
I thought it was commercial free, and it's more commercial
they got
than normal.
the shit out of us, didn't they?
Yeah. Also, like the fact that you have so many ring sponsors, and we were like, oh, they're doing ring sponsors, so they don't have to do commercials. You're like, no. They did both.
They're not going to leave the opportunity on the table.
They have commercials for the ring sponsors.
Dude, side note, ring sponsors. I thought we were going to get some more Fortnite skins like that day. I think we probably will.
Not yet, though. Yeah, I'm looking. They got new. It's
Rick and Morty.
The only commercials that I expected
old Rick and Morty stuff though
was the Netflix commercial coming shows, shit like that. They're always gonna pump their own shit into it.
Of course, yeah.
Which I figured, but like
WWE
then I saw
commercials.
like FIFA commercials. There was like the cricket commercial, and then like was it Off or whatever? Like some later on, there was like this other like cheap phone company, and they were like talking shit about cricket, and I'm like, yo, is like cricket like a big thing with WWE? They do like their
they did Mint Mobile's one. They had that one where like you got a fact, and then instead of saying fuck you, they were saying fact you. About the thing that's stupid. But they still have the cricket commercial about the phone with old school Chad Gable.
The Creed brother, or not the Creed brothers.
Not the Creed brothers with
Chad
Otis.
And Chad
yes, that's.
And you're like, you got to stop running that commercial, man. Like they hate each other
the
now.
Chair phone?
Yeah, the chair phone.
Yeah, but they're like together, they're friends. Yeah.
You gotta switch it up.
How much do you think it would cost to get an SVW logo on that mat?
So much money.
Yeah.
So much.
Put it in the corner, maybe.
Small
can we start
buckles?
Like this big.
Can we start a GoFundMe?
It's on the
it's on the string.
Yeah,
yes,
on the
tag
string.
On the tag string.
You're like spin it. There it is.
Somebody go to Stanford, hit them up.
Go to Stanford.
Tell them that
write an email.
Let's just make a bunch of strings. Let's just send them a bunch of strings.
Oh, yeah, and then they'll be like,
did it already.
Then they might run out one day, or like forget them out of town, and they're like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to use these SVW strings.
You guys, fuck WWE. We got to go straight to like one of the refs. We got to get like in their pocket.
Little
you know
Nate.
what I mean?
True.
Little Nate. I think
bro, I saw him setting up a ring the other day.
He still does that. Yeah,
that's insane, bro.
Yeah. He gets paid for it too. It's part of his job.
I mean,
he's like
I don't know, bro.
That's paid refs.
No, I
He's like 100,000.
but that's
a year.
insane,
Well, you think he's too good for that?
Yeah, I think he's too good for that. He's fucking Little Nate. She's been around forever. He's one of the greatest referees to ever do it.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No,
just
he's
like
the
MJF.
man. He's the man.
Did you have something about Cena? You were saying earlier about
Also, they were really pumping that ref with the.
Oh, if he came up with it himself, like the whole.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was so. We'll get into the Cena promo. Look, I love Cena. I've never watched a Cena movie or a movie that he was in and been like, man, he's really acting his ass off, right?
I don't think anybody.
And that didn't really that translated pretty well on Netflix because he did this promo where he's like, oh man, I don't know if I could ever be the champ, but you know what they say, never say never. He's like, I wonder, oh if I won the Royal Rumble.
Like it just dawned on him.
Yeah,
Right
and
down
I'm
the
like,
line.
yo, I get this as like
light
a
bulb.
joke or whatever.
I wish there was like someone in the crowd was like, "Hey, John, what about the Rumble?"
It's like,
The
what? He's
Rumble,
like, I
you
didn't even
say?
think of that. Yeah, obviously, it's like a gimmick, but I was like, John, what are you doing, bro?
It's like he's about to break out in a song and dance like the Rumble, the Rumble, the Rumble. Like
I'm gonna win the Rumble.
What was the commercial for it back in the day?
I wonder
There's
what
gonna
number I'm
be
going
a
to
Oh,
Rumble
the
tonight.
the Jets.
I wonder what
Yeah.
number he'll get in the Rumble. If we get a 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't know. It was cool. I mean, we knew he was, going to be there and all.
I
But
thought he was gonna have a fucking match, but whatever.
I didn't expect to have a match. I
I
didn't
did.
expect it to be long. It felt a little drawn out for a promo, and then for things that
Everything
got
about
cut
this
out,
show.
like Becky Lynch's return was nixed. Penta, you know what I mean, was nixed. That whole match.
How penciled in was Becky Lynch to be there?
It was like
Everything I'm reading
I know
online is
Penta
that-
was because I literally heard them be like, "Hey, next week you're gonna have a match."
It was like a surprise. Rey Mysterio's mystery partner against the New Day, and then the only thing they did was wrote his name on his face logo. Like we
Yeah,
already
yeah.
didn't know that the face logo was
Yeah.
Penta.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, I thought it was. What's the guy's name that sings the song? Excuse me, fucking geeking over.
Oh, Dave Blunt's
Not Dave Blunt's.
Big Daddy Mark.
The other
Big Daddy
wrestler,
Mark.
they changed the words to his
Stephen
song.
Flo.
Stephen Flo.
Stephen Flo.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I thought that logo was Stephen Flo. I didn't know that was Penta. Oh man, thanks
Yeah.
for telling me. Like,
Oh, Stephen Flo.
and then
was
was it Chad Gable's like, oh, I want to fight a
luchador.
but so specific
why?
that it's like, all right,
You're
bro.
racist.
Like,
Why
it's
do you
not
wanna fight a
surprise.
luchador?
Right, the
Racist.
American made wants to fight a Mexican. Like,
Those Trump fired him up. He's like, it's the Gulf of America now.
I heard it's the winner of that has to pay for the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, that's big.
Oh my god.
Yo.
but yeah, I mean, we knew it was gonna go. I mean,
That would
now
sell
he's
tickets.
teasing it. But I did see prior to this, like, fantasy booking people putting up that you know what I mean, like Cena and Cody for Mania, and now like some of these things that are like coming through and coming to fruition is like, oh, I see. Maybe this is actually correct.
I feel
Yo,
like Cena would go after Gunther.
Actually, him beating Cody at Mania, getting that 17, and then he's
And
leaving
then you
in
get Homelander
December,
Cody.
right? So that gives him a couple months. Cody turns full heel because that's something I want. That I think last week I said that's something I want to see in
everybody wants
2025.
that. Yeah.
So that would be a
No,
perfect.
just Gunky. Started this. He's the first one
What
to say
a
it.
perfect, what a perfect way to turn Cody heel. Just like have him retire Cena. Just like go just in a nefarious way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like that would obviously be like the best way for Cena to go out
He
is to
gets
put
he gets
over
the 17, put over the new guy.
get the 17.
The new clean cut baby face, well,
Right,
not baby
yeah.
face, but you know what I mean. That guy, like,
yeah.
he's gonna do still. I guess will Cody take over the kid stuff, the Make a Wish?
I mean, he's still doing. He does most of the Make a Wish shit.
Yeah, I think he
Right,
does.
right. So he's like this era's Cena, pretty
Yeah.
much.
They'll need to find a new main Make-A-Wish guy once
Oh,
Cody
did we get
turns
like one
heel.
more freestyle from John Cena before?
We'll get one more. We'll get one more like set of bars at some point in
Maybe a
time.
Cody Cena rap battle.
Oh, it's
God.
not something I want to see.
No, absolutely not.
Unless The Rock writes. Cody's
It's about
part.
drive. It's about power.
So Cody's gonna have it written on his arm.
What was the rock song? We got Rumble. We gonna take a fight home.
No, that was Tech 9 singing that part.
Yeah.
and then
But
he's
then,
like,
he comes in and he's like, it's about drive. It's about
yeah,
power.
it's incredible.
We stay hungry. We devour.
He's just cutting a promo. He's not even rapping.
Basically,
That was definitely in Woody's playlist.
yeah, definitely.
Dude, that's how I start every workout that way. That's actually why I stopped working out.
After,
Same shame. Yeah.
yeah.
Killed the drive.
After Cena's promo, then we had Rhea versus Liv. I thought this was overall a pretty good match. I mean,
Solid match.
Yeah, solid match,
I'm
like-
glad it's over because
It's over, right?
yeah, I
It
would
is
think
over?
so. Because
Please
it
tell
was
me.
I
getting
think
to that
so.
point where it's like, other than seeing them two in the ring and Rhea's gear getting smaller and smaller, that like, what else was there to watch? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just getting like boring to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, like I said,
And
I
not
thought-
that the matches were bad. It
No,
was
no,
just,
no,
the
definitely
story has run its course.
Progressed.
Can I tell you, at this point, right here at this point in this match, when this match started, my favorite thing about Monday was the group chat. The group chat was on fire.
Right.
I was watching a match, looked up, and I was like, oh, I got 53 missed text messages.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching on my phone while I'm working
yeah.
my night job, and I was like, guys, every time you guys fucking text, like I have to like make the screen small,
Right.
and look, real little, and I'm just ignoring people doing things illegally at the bar. I don't care about that. I'm watching Raw. They can get away with whatever you want on Raw.
A bunch of 14-year-olds are just like,
I'm like, yeah, come on in.
Let me get another round.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you, sir, ma'am.
Wow, Woody, admitting to doing your job poorly.
Well, there's just things that like matter the most in life, and Raw on Netflix, obviously, it's Raw on Netflix, guys. It was the first one, yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and
I mean,
Rhea Ripley and her, I believe, was the quote was like little ass panties.
Yeah.
They were the smallest ring gear I've ever seen her wear.
Yeah.
Them yeeks were yeeking.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good match. It was fun. We finally got Rhea got the belt back.
When she like gave her that look when she tried to hit that like second oblivion and like Rhea just like caught her and was like, I was like, that was cool.
Were you upset?
Little bit.
You were upset.
Rhea Hogan. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like. I feel like play his TNA theme song real quick. I think she used her political powers backstage and said, "I'm getting the belt back, brother. Liv's not gonna retain. That's not gonna work for me, dude." Yeah, I think Liv should have fucking retained this.
But I was upset that Rhea kicked out of Oblivion clean.
Yes.
On the fucking chair.
That is
On the chair.
When
that's not a move. That's a move that
Rhea
was sacred.
hit her with the first riptide, and I'm like, Liv is small, but like when like Rhea like scooted under her, like you know what I mean, had her arm, and like I was like, that was pretty smooth for how the size difference, and she just like slid between her legs, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
That was a great exactly what you're saying, the slide under the legs to grab it to get to that gut wrench thing for the riptide, and then Liv kicks out of that, which is it's crazy to me. You got to have people just stop kicking out of every finisher.
Finishers, right?
We can't if it's a title match. Your finisher isn't a finisher, and I think that sucks. I think there was finishers being protected is one thing that makes wrestling great, and the Oblivion was a protected finisher. And it is now no longer protected. It was one of the few moves that when it hit clean was never kicked out of.
This whole fucking show was just Spears getting kicked out of, Simone Spikes getting kicked out of, Go to Sleep's getting kicked out of,
like
Curb Stomp's getting kicked out of.
You get a chance, right? You get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a new audience. This is a new era of new eyes on the product for the first time. So this is what you're going to show them. This is going to be the bar that you have to set for casual wrestling fans. And you set the bar at nothing matters.
Yeah.
Except Macaulay Culkin in the crowd.
Yeah,
that was a huge pop. I mean,
and I
the guy's
know
a
he
legend.
fucks. Yeah, that dude's
he
awesome.
does. But I know you're not supposed to think of it in such a literal sense. I know I'm being a fucking mark, but like, how the fuck does Drew McIntyre not kick out of a roll up? But like, you can kick out of a fucking Oblivion. Whatever, man.
Caught him off guard.
But a sneaky
Unawares.
roll up versus a finisher on a chair. That's kind of crazy. Just like in retrospect, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep in. I am because it's a fucking show. I am thinking too deep in.
We're paying you to think too deep.
Yeah, I'm a nerd,
okay.
and I'm on a fucking podcast going into it. So maybe fucking think about that, WWE. Maybe kick out of a sneaky roll up every now and then.
And then after, Dom gets to the ring. I thought that was funny when he was like,
yeah,
opened up for the hug, like
Dom coming in like the "Where's my hug" guy.
This is all part of my plan.
Hitting him with the low blow.
And
That was
she
great.
hit him.
Speaking of guys, shout out green shirt guy making it to Netflix.
And I'm gonna sound like a mark again, but I feel like she really fucking
Hit him with
Oh,
that
yeah.
low blow.
got him bad, bro. She kicked him hard as fuck.
Well, and after in a little like
That was a
press
stiff
thing, she was
shot,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
that was her like highlight of the night."
Yeah.
Bro, she kicked him hard as fuck. That was crazy.
And we
And then
finally got that riptide on Dom that we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't to the hard cam. So she
if
fucked
Liv
up.
is gone, so is it Dom and Raquel now? Like,
What, Liv's gone?
No, Liv's not
I feel like they're
gone.
gonna give her some time off now.
I don't know.
Well, is he still? Are they still together? You think? Because he just went to
Yeah.
go try to get back with Rhea.
No, he didn't try to get back with her.
He was
just
trying to
get
plot.
rid
He
of
went
her.
heel.
Ploying.
Heel.
Yeah, he's dirty dumb.
He went triple heel, triple platinum,
heel
triple
inception.
Heel. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that match was, whatever, man. I mean, it was a good match. It was just like I don't think
It was a good Raw match.
I wanted to see more of a Liv reign because I feel like she didn't really do much in her reign other than deal with Rhea. She had one match with Io. You know what I mean? But like, she didn't get to really fucking. Oh, and Nia Jax. What the fuck was that, bro? That was the weirdest.
Oh, you mean the
run
the Saudi
run?
Thing?
Yeah, like
well,
they didn't
was
give her a fair shot at the time. Whatever, she'll get it again. But I mean, what is Rhea gonna do now?
The problem is
she's gonna get on the back of the American Badass's motorcycle and ride off into the sunset.
No, but like, what's her program now? Like,
well, we had her set so high before, right? Rhea was at the top of the car for the longest time, and the issue with her is that she didn't have enough good matches. There wasn't enough good competition.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to try to run that back and try to fix that problem. I think they're going to try to instantly get her in a promotion with someone else, probably a Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, we were saying.
Someone
That was when Becky Lynch was
supposed to come
debut
out
after that match.
And then we got like, American Badass, whatever. Like,
that was a good. Cartman.
I thought he was gonna like play the.
Does Cartman sing?
Yes, did you not know that's by Cartman?
That was pretty.
He came in, did a lap, and high-fived there, took a picture, and then.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It would have been even. I mean, she could have at least got on the back of the motorcycle and rode off.
You
with
just
him.
wanted to see her sit on the back of the
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was cool, obviously, to see Taker.
But that's a cheap pop. You
It's
know
not
what I mean?
Taker.
Like you said at Mania.
It's not
like,
Taker. That's not Taker.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm so sick of this. That's fucking Mark Calloway.
Calloway.
I would love to see Taker come back sometime, but until Taker comes back, Mark can stay the fuck away from my ring. I don't need to see that dude no more. You're taking up time that matters.
He could have been sitting on the side with like Michelle McCool.
Exactly. Why don't you sit with your wife, you piece of shit?
Yeah.
Too
like
good
you
for
said,
that?
Though, it really is just cheap pop. There's literally no reason to do that.
I'm so
But
done
for
with
the
Mark.
casual people that may be getting
course,
back
of
into
course,
it, checking out Netflix.
Fuck them casuals. What
Right,
about me?
right.
How would you have felt if
The people that have been paying the bills the whole time.
Yeah.
How would you feel if it gonged and he came out and chokeslammed her? Would you have been into that?
Better.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, but
Better.
would have been better.
She did because also like a chokeslam mean might be Taker.
Yeah.
And then we just have a program with bisexual Taker versus Undertaker.
Oh.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, Damien gets pissed. Like, why do you chokeslam? Like,
Yeah, and the winner becomes the top. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
good.
Really get that poppy power.
Top privileges on a pole match.
Yeah.
After Rhea versus Liv, we saw Jay versus Drew.
No,
McIntyre.
we saw Travis Scott perform.
Yeah. Well, kinda.
Did he have a performance?
No.
That was the guy that you guys were talking about all last week, right? That's Jay's new
The guy with
manager.
the hoodie, Jay's new manager, was just
Yeah.
The
smoking
guy
a
with the
blunt.
funny cigarette,
Yeah.
as you said in the
Funny
group chat.
cigarette.
I was like,
Yeah.
who's that little guy with the
I
funny
was like, yo,
cigarette?
this is the Netflix fucking error. The fact that my man was just out there,
Yeah.
like literally, like the meme was like, "Don't invite me to your party if I can't smoke,"
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's literally that. And I'm just like, all right, like I get, we're out of the PG era, but I'm like, man, they just fucking shot put it like Rhea in these little leather panties and
Well, actually, it
Travis
was
Scott just blowing trees.
It was a TV 14, right?
Was it?
That's how this first one was, yeah. I don't know if it's going to stay that way or not.
Like walking by kids, like
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, young, you trying to hit that shit? I love how Triple H afterwards was like, I was so happy that Jay didn't smoke.
Said
Yeah.
no to drugs.
Yeah, like that's...
He
But
said,
then,
Jay
like
just
when
said
Jay
no.
was there with like Big E and like then he was just like, yeah, I ain't inhale, but I was trying, trying to.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
I
yeah, he,
smelled it.
he said instead of
Trying
doing this, he was going like this.
Yeah.
I smelled it, but I didn't inhale it.
so good.
But yeah, it was another
Good raw
solid
match.
raw
solid
match.
raw
You know
match.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but as I said, like for
Drew got screwed.
The
Drew
feel
should have
of the
fucking took his
PLE.
head off, bro. Drew should have fucking made him bleed, bro.
I thought Drew was gonna win.
Drew should have fucking murdered him.
He's on the
Jesus
tirade
Christ.
against the bloodline.
Bro, I like Jey
Jey
Uso. He just should have killed him, bro. Drew should be on this war path right now.
Yeah, when in doubt, I'll go for the side of the wrestler, not the guy that likes to do the yeeting stuff.
Oh,
Drew
Just
should
make
have
sure
put his
you
head
don't
on a
eat on me.
stake.
I think Jay Uso and Travis Scott have the same like ring awareness when they step in the ropes. I don't think it much mattered, and Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre should definitely take over. This
Yeah.
is
You compare Jey Uso to Travis Scott.
I don't know, man. They both made a killer entrance. Like that's great.
Yeah, with his funny cigarette.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust either behind the wheel.
Oh man.
And
wow.
I haven't addressed this
proven.
yet, but I am very upset about something. I don't know what the fuck happened to the referee shirt, but the zebra stripes are gone. It's a shitty black shirt with like 3 gray stripes on the shoulder. I hate it.
Now UFC refs, do they wear stripes or do they have like some other?
They wear like the same shit as the WWE refs. They wear like a black.
Yeah, it was like a black
right,
shirt.
so it's a TKO thing.
Bro, fuck TKO if this is what they're doing.
Was it an Adidas shirt? What was it?
I
Was it
bro,
like
I don't
a-
know. I hated it.
No, they just
It
wear
was like a
black
soccer
shirts.
jersey.
Look up the
It
new.
did. It had like
Look up the new WWE ref shirt. so
it
I
had
can
like
just look
polo
at it.
vibes or something like that.
Yeah.
I was
Polo
into it
Athletics,
actually.
RLX.
I think it was like a minimal. Design.
See, like even the
Minimalist design.
SmackDown one back in the day was
Still
still
had the
blue
stri- it still
and
looked
still had
like
stripes.
referee.
It
Yeah,
still
yeah.
had stripes. I mean, well, this one looks like referee. It's just like fucking.
This one looks like an official.
Yeah, and it's not a
Not a
referee.
referee.
It's an
Yeah,
official.
yeah. You know what? That's
Mhm.
a good statement. Heck, he looks like an official, not a referee. And it's just like I like this fucking zebra stripes, man.
Gunky.
Look at that.
Change gonna come.
Oh, it's not on the shoulders. It's just 2 black stripes with the WWE logo and a gray shirt.
It
That is terrible,
was like
man.
a Camaro stripes.
Yeah, it feels like a reality
Like a
racing
speed car.
You see, and I'm not just hating. I don't
It's
just.
We're gonna
for
make him look like a
speed.
Dodge Viper.
Yeah.
I'm not in Wayne's World. It's not we fear change. It's not that because I
Nice
like the new
reference.
announce. I love the unbreakable announce table. That shit is sick. It looks good. I like the lights
It
on
does,
it.
it
It
looks
looks
good.
pretty.
Yeah, it looks.
I like a
bomb.
lot of this new. If that's the new wall, I don't know if it's just for this first episode, but if that's the new entranceway, that's a new ramp. I like it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hating on the new shit, but this I am hating on. I do not like it. Bring the zebra stripes back. That's what a referee looks like. It's
I
been
tend to agree.
Consistent.
I do tend to agree with you on
Consistent through the
And then
history of
it-
wrestling.
They like almost like blend in with the mat, the black mat now. And I don't
like
know.
that.
But I'm saying there's a point here. I think that I don't know if it's to make them more visually like to not stand out. Or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, they'll kind of like blend in, so you'll focus more on the actual wrestlers, not the ref as much. Maybe I don't know. Just
I don't know,
throwing it
man.
out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. They seem like they
There's got to be like a reason. Like I feel like there's like it wasn't just like we're gonna do it. We're gonna go with this gray shirt with 2 black stripes, throw a logo, cooked.
to me what it felt like is they were like definitely putting a camera on the refs for the first time, like in a big way. I've never heard like Chad Patton's name said so many fucking times.
Yeah.
I was just like, is there some sort of referee angle that's gonna happen? Like, why are we talking about this guy so much in that,
The
in that
ref
first
invade.
match? Yeah, if
They did highlight the referees.
maybe we're gonna do another referee strike about the clothing, and we can get that whole.
Oh,
angle
maybe
over
they're
again.
sick of wearing the stripes. Maybe
Yeah.
they're like, we don't like this.
Yeah, we're not no zebras, man. Put us in
Fuck
some
this
stylish
zebra.
clothing.
Yeah.
And then I mean, so y'all feel the type of way that Jay won
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucked.
on a roll up.
100%.
Yeah.
No, Jay. I thought Jay was not going to win, but I wanted him to win, so I was pleasantly surprised when he did win.
The only
Even
time,
though it was like a sneaky roll up, I'll take it.
Well, I
the
think
only
it'll
time
be
a
a
match
rematch.
the only time a match should ever be a roll up is if it like advancing in a tournament ever you win a number one contender.
By any
Like
means
you have to win
necessary.
something to make sense for a roll up. Otherwise, like, why the fuck are you even going for a
Yeah,
roll
you guys are
What does
having
a
a-
win
Right,
there
man.
mean?
You guys are
What does
having a
win mean?
grudge match right now. You're
have
supposed to
one
be
up.
beating his fucking skull in because he's like fucked your brother up and like killed Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you really
Like-
got back for your buddies by rolling him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheap win. That's a great way to show. That'll show him. Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to keep fucking trying to kill you guys.
Yeah.
There's going to be another match. He's going to.
He's like, well, I'd love to attack him backstage, but he rolled me up, so the better man won.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Drew
shake hands and
backstage
walk
with
away.
The Rock? He was like, "We're on Netflix now. We can curse, right?" And he's like, "Fuck, shit, pussy." And
Yeah,
The Rock's
yeah.
like, "Whoa." It's like,
Yeah.
"Holy
Oh,
shit."
that, it was like you could clearly hear like the fucking solo chants.
Yeah,
I did
the
not
fucking
see
solo
that.
dance.
Bro,
Yeah,
bro,
it was amazing.
he's
No,
on.
I seen that. That
It was
was
on
awesome.
Rock's Instagram Live. He's like, "We're on Netflix now, right?"
Yeah, it was great. It was
It's
great.
like, "Fuck, shit, pussy."
Sound
Yeah.
like Shrek fucking. with
Yeah, that
Tourette's.
was great. That was great.
Shrek with Tourette's is exactly what he sounded like.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But then that led us to the greatest part of the night, right?
Oh, God.
Some American beer promo.
I gotta say, man, I was so pumped for about 5 seconds because I was like, "Oh shit, it's Jimmy Hart!
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Hart." Why
LA
does he have?
hates Jimmy Hart.
Whoa, Jimmy Hart got pops. when he came out, there was a pop,
I
and
saw-
then it was done.
I saw a tweet that was like, "Jimmy, brother, they hate you. I don't know what's wrong,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
but
I don't know
I'm
what
gonna have
you
to
did
cut
in
you
LA,
off."
swinging that flag half-assed.
Yeah.
I need you. Who would have thought that
would've
at this
thought-
day and age that we need Jimmy Hart to separate from Hogan so we could cheer Jimmy Hart and so we don't get mixed up with this booing Hogan. We've come a long way.
Just wondered how much money did Hulk Hogan pay in that beer company to get this, because WWE is aware of the current landscape, and they stay tapped into, you know what I mean, they to the woke stuff and all that. And bro, there's just so much out there, from like taking pictures with like guys with like Nazis tattoos and like, you know what I mean?
Straight up Nazi
I'm not even
shirts.
talking about like the his political views and all that. That's just your own opinion, whatever, you know what I mean, whether I disagree or not. But like shit like that, where it's just like, yo, like whether you voted Democrat, Republic, that's
not
still
a good look.
fucked up and not a good look. And then to have like such a big thing on such a worldwide stage, like
Supporting him.
Here's the
What?
thing. Here's the thing. People are like, why didn't Taker get booed? He endorsed Trump too. It's like okay, it's a breakdown of three things then, okay?
I booed 'em both.
I believe it.
Woody booed them both anyway.
What, he's
but
just at home?
It's a breakdown of
In a
three
bar.
things, okay?
In a
well,
busy
yeah,
bar,
true.
just on my phone, booing in a corner.
So the first thing is like, yeah, it is political because you're in Los Angeles, probably the bluest city in America, if not next to New York. You're in liberal ass Los Angeles, and he walked into the arena wearing a MAGA Powers shirt, so that's not going to go
Which
over
he stole
well.
our idea for. Just I want to put that out there.
Well, no, we need him and Taker or Mark Calloway to team up together as the MAGA Power.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god,
We made that joke like months ago.
Two, he's fucking out there selling something. He's not just out there for nostalgia. He's out there saying, "Dude, buy my new beer, brother." Like it's
They're
not just like
manhandling.
I'm here for Raw. Like your beer's on the mat.
Also, he's selling beer to kids. You got beer sponsor next to a fucking Fortnite sponsor.
yeah, that
You know, if you want to like.
That's how I stay up late night to play.
except we
Fortnite.
have two beer drinking Fortnite players in
chug
here
a
right
real
now, so that
American
is
beer.
kind of
I don't drink beer, man.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Well, but then the third thing, I'm on my third point about why
Okay.
Hogan got fucking booed out of the building. He's a piece of shit notoriously. Like even if it wasn't political, even if you had no idea how he voted, if you look
Well,
at
that's what I
his-
mean. That's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
said he was
if-
going to play for the
like,
Rolling Stones.
to
He
not
said he
even-
was going to be in the MLB. He's a notorious
to not
liar.
even get into the political views and
said he-
keep that separate, because like you were saying, you know what I mean, like Undertaker, same thing.
Yeah.
It's just he's just a shitty person.
Yeah, he's
the
a
fucked up part
misogynist,
is,
a
like,
racist. Like
if you
he's,
and then
ask
if you
people who don't watch wrestling or casual, or everybody knows who he is, which is the shitty part. And like he did pave the way back then, as fucked up as it is to say. You know what I mean? You show that red and yellow in wrestling and people know who it is.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it's just like
but take a picture, like the young lady, the black lady, that girl
PR,
that was
for
for
the-
the
doing
PR
the
stuff.
PR for
He
her.
like fired her.
he
told
hired
hey-
her on her resume, and once he saw that she was a black woman, he fired her.
and then like, oh, we don't have the money, and then there was like 3 new white girls on like a boat, like you know what I mean, promoting the beer and shit.
and then like even
crazy.
like
So, like-
even if you didn't know about his racist like escapades, it's like even if you only knew about his wrestling stuff, it's like, oh, he's still a piece of shit. After WrestleMania with Bret Hart and Yokozuna, like he's just been politically like pulling
Taking
power
control,
moves,
putting himself,
and then like
power moves.
so like he held all this power in WWE.
Like, even a wrestling fan, even
Yes,
like I said,
exactly.
someone who just focuses on wrestling should be pissed off at
Yeah,
Hogan
yeah.
because he fucked as much as he did great for the business, and then he proceeded to like hold that power over everyone and fuck over the business
He's like-
for another 15 years.
He's like the most undesirable.
the only
human
guy that's wrestled
probably.
370 days out of the year.
Yeah.
No,
I
he
was
said
gonna
he
say-
wrestled 400
He
days
wrestled
out of the year.
400 times in a year. I was gonna say
because of the
that.
trip you guys don't understand because of how Japan works.
Japan, when
Time,
you go
man,
back
time.
and
Go
forth.
back and
forth,
forth
yeah.
in time.
It's crazy.
Motherfucker time traveled.
did.
He's got that
Legit.
on him too. On his too.
Elvis was a known Hulkamaniac.
Yeah.
And he died before Hogan even debuted.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, the fact that he was
supposed to be in
booed
Led Zeppelin and the Rolling
so
Stones.
much, and he was like, "Yo, my greatest tag team brothers, are you fans?" And like
And
the
everyone was
boos got
just like,
louder, and I
Yeah.
was just like, "Yo, Jimmy Hart had to be back there, like, oh fuck me."
He's like,
baby."
oh hey y'all,
I should have stuck
fuck
with the
me,
Hart
rock
family.
me. Shit, this ain't going well at all. We got to get out of here, Terry.
We were trying to see if Jimmy Hart was wearing his Yeezys.
He was not. I know.
He was like,
bummer.
oh, man. I don't know about
It's
this.
bad enough I'm out here with
Why
this
does
guy.
your Jimmy Hart sound like fucking Tally from South Park?
That's
Who's
how
got
he
that
sounds. I'm pretty sure Jimmy
Guys,
Hart
wanna get
voiced
high?
Tally.
Don't forget to bring a flag.
Nope, it was Travis Scott back there with Tally.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tally. Oh, yeah, Hogan, just go away.
Oh no, they're like locked in to do more.
Like a
with them.
multi-year.
100%.
Like,
They were like,
but that's
we've
what I mean.
signed
Like,
him.
how much money for like Netflix to be like, man.
All I think they got to do here is they got to turn it. They got to spin it correctly.
He needs to
and
join
do
it.
stuff to make me boo him.
He needs to join
American
Judgment Day.
Alpha.
Yeah, American made.
And American made and be the manager, and he'll be like, "Go get them luchadors, dudes. They don't deserve to be in this company,
They'll like
brother."
crack open beers and dump them onto like people of color. Like
Oh
it's
my God.
they're just gonna like go
Christ.
full out with this fucking shit.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't even talk about the fact that he really had to fucking muster all the strength he could
To rip his shirt.
To rip his shirt, and then what did it say? Raw on Netflix or
I don't know. I wasn't.
Man.
I kind of tried to check out at that point.
Jesus.
I just
Well,
love the closed captioning of crowd booing.
Crowd booing.
I did not see that. That's incredible.
Oh, right on top of it because it was
Netflix.
kind of high up there. Crowd booing.
So funny.
So good. And then after that, it took us to the final match of the night. Seth.
The final match, the fourth match of a 3-hour
Yeah,
show.
yeah, exactly.
This was an amazing match.
Seth versus Punk.
Fourth match of a 3-hour show.
Yeah, this was an amazing.
Yo,
match.
there was a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
They really
Like,
were.
not only were there commercials, there was a lot of commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the commercial breaks seemed long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it scares me a little
And they
bit.
were like, oh, this show could be 45 minutes or 4 hours. And I'm like, fuck, yeah, I don't know what they... Nope.
I tell you what, this show was 45 minutes.
Right, yeah.
That's they just stretch it out
Yeah,
for 3
yeah,
hours
totally,
with a bunch of commercials and letting Rock and
45
Hogan
minutes of
pander
matches
to
of
people
actual
for.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
wonder.
then showing all the celebrities in the fucking... in the seat filler chairs. Like, they kept rotating them. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, wasn't Macaulay Culkin sitting there? Or who else was there? Freaking
Ice Cube,
Whale.
son, O'Shea
Bill
Jackson
Simmons.
Jr.
O'Shea Jackson.
Jr., Wale, fucking Keegan Michael Key.
They couldn't find fucking Wale for a
I know,
second.
I know.
Yeah.
Michael Cole was like, "Wale's here," and it just wasn't on. The camera wasn't on him.
And like
it
the
was
whole
like,
SmackDown
okay, cool.
roster, they just kept rotating them in chairs and shit.
Yeah.
I felt like that was not necessary. I think they were just like, "Hey,
Well, this was how they were justifying, like, you know, Rey Mysterio is going to be on Raw. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
sitting on the side
In
with the
chair.
Eddie Guerrero shirt, which was
who
cool.
Else? Oh, Logan Paul.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, Logan Paul is going to be on Netflix.
He was supposed to have a
Raw
segment for
Netflix,
sure.
and
Yeah.
he's just sitting there on the side. Like, I was just like,
yeah, bro, you gave Hogan a segment,
This
but
sound like a
not
fucking
Logan Paul.
cop-out.
Bro, Logan Paul's one of the
Yeah, if you're gonna give a blonde-haired piece of shit a segment,
Yeah.
give it to Logan Paul.
at least the younger one that has more of a career ahead.
It's more
of him.
interesting. Was one that could do like a top rope spot.
Yeah, he could do
You
a
know?
match. Hogan's fucking cooked.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ichiban Hogan, you know, versus Logan Paul.
Man, that's
Oh, if those aviators on that dude. Yeah. Now we're talking.
But yeah,
Um,
last match of the
yeah.
night.
What'd you guys think of it?
Again, just a solid match for all the heat and how much these guys like real life like don't fuck with each other. I expected way more,
Interesting.
and I was just like, it was a regular match.
I think we've been worked. I don't think they don't like each other. I think there might have been. I think there
I think
might.
Seth's like a 5-year work with Seth.
Well, I don't think Seth really, honestly. I mean, I'm sure Seth.
He's been talking shit on Phil for
A
at
long
least
time.
5 years. Like,
yeah,
at least
but,
5
I mean,
years.
I've heard
Pretty
what,
much since he went to AEW.
bro. Yeah, but I've heard what he's saying, and it's always just like almost. It's always sounded like he's been fucking building for him to come back and have a match. Like even when he came back when Punk came back to SmackDown, like remember he did that thing for Fox where he was doing like
Yeah.
like it sounded like they were building like when they were talking back, like it always has sounded like they just wanted to do a match.
Well,
Like
you
I
know-
think there probably is a part of Seth that was like, oh man, that fucking sucks. Like you have to leave. Like, and he probably was a
Well,
little
he
bit
was.
disappointed.
He
but like,
admitted that he was like he did look up to him, and he was like a fan and shit. Like he wanted to
I
like.
don't think the heat's there.
But once he left and like went to another company, like, and I get it. Like, yo, it's like, you know what I mean? You literally trying to build a company up to take away from my
Right.
living.
I think the only
Yeah,
person
yes
that might
and no.
have.
They're kind of-
I think the only person legitimately with actual any sort of feelings towards CM Punk in the company, it'd probably be Kevin Owens. And what the fuck do I know? Like, I sound like such a fucking
Hogan.
mark talking about like who gets along and who doesn't.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
You know who hates him is Hogan. He's not.
Oh,
He's- he won't buy any of his beer.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
like
But I mean,
that's money out of my pocket, brother.
It's not gonna work for
He
me.
was repping
brother.
that straight edge real hard with the jacket and
It
shit.
was, it
But it was
was.
the same jacket that he had
It's the
at
same
the
jacket.
AEW
yeah.
shit.
But like, I heard like, okay, so like historically, AJ and Punk don't get along. I heard once
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee, they don't get along.
Goddamn,
He's fucking all those NXT broads. It's not going well in the house. Fucking AJ Styles and Punk notoriously just they worked in TNA together. They just never really got along. It's like oil and water.
Most people in Punk don't get along.
Yeah,
He's a piece
but
of shit.
Woody
but
and
since
Punk.
but
Yeah.
since
Woody
they've
and
came
Punk.
back, I've heard AJ make a statement like, "Hey, we've never really got along, but we had a conversation. We're working and things are great." Miz,
Money changes a lot of things.
yeah, true. And
There's a
Miz,
lot of money
Miz
to
said
be
the
made.
same thing, like that, because fucking CM Punk told him to suck a money, whatever covered dick for going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You don't remember that? He was like,
Yeah,
suck
yeah,
a blood money covered dick or
So
something like
crazy.
that. And
Such
so
a
it's like
wild
I've
thing
heard
to
all
say.
of this like rekindling, and like obviously Triple H and CM Punk.
Punk better not
I haven't
show up
heard
at the Rumble
shit
next
about.
year.
I have not heard shit about Kevin Owens and
It's gonna
CM
have to
Punk,
be,
bro.
yeah.
CM
It's gonna
Punk-
be if the Rumble's in Saudi Arabia, that's gonna be I think it's gonna be hard for Punk to stay away from the Rumble the following year, and this is injured.
Well, bro, if Sami Zayn can come work in Saudi Arabia when
CM
it's
Punk was saying
Yeah.
he wouldn't do it. He would
Yeah,
never
that's
take
the other
that money.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
just, it was
CM
it
Punk
was
is different. He won't do it. Sami Zayn is like
like Kevin Owens wouldn't
They were,
do
like,
it because
beefing
they
with
wouldn't allow
Syria and
Sammy in
couldn't
there.
do it.
Like Sammy wasn't allowed in, so Kevin Owens just said, "Until you let my friend in, I won't go either."
Right.
And then as soon as they let Sammy, then Kevin Owens goes or takes that money. It's really hard to be above that much money. It's a hard stance to take.
yeah.
I think this match sucked. I think it was slow and had huge pauses that were like to the point where I was like, "Is someone injured? Like, why are they all just like standing there waiting for CM Punk to catch his breath?"
The table had the best hits.
You know what I mean? They did the exact same finish that him and Moxley did.
that was pretty
So
sick.
that's not like
When he falls
Yeah,
on
I
his shoulder,
thought it
hits
was-
him
It's not
for a
accept-
second.
Dude,
But I
that's-
kept hitting each other's moves too.
When you-
I don't know. I thought
when
it was
you bring back like when Shawn
It was a
Michaels
good.
when Shawn
Yeah,
Michaels
but
brings
he's
back
going,
something
like-
that from like the 90s and like oh they did it like how Michaels did it nice. When you bring back something from like last year, that's not inventive. That's
They're
not cool to me.
brothers. They're Shield brothers, Woody.
So
You'll
that
never
means he has to
you'll
do this-
never get
so
it,
when we
Woody.
get Punk
LTST,
versus
Woody.
Roman Reigns, you got to get that same
Same
thing.
spot.
And then you
same
got
spot.
to do it against Dean Ambrose because we still got it against Dean Ambrose.
No,
He's
he
still-
legally changed his name to John Moxley.
No,
different
I-
people. They're different
yeah,
people.
I heard he was never
Same
heard
guy.
from after.
I know it's the
Shield
same
One of
guy.
them's clean.
Because then why did Seth
Yeah.
say Mox that one time on Raw? Who was he talking about?
Could have been anyone.
A moxicillin.
He's like me, you, and
Yeah.
Mox.
He had
Maybe it's talking about someone who has
he needed some
moxie.
antibiotics
Yeah.
because he got burnt.
Someone had a little pep in their step. Maybe he was talking about the old ads for Coca-Cola.
I think Dean Ambrose had a mental breakdown and changed his name and shaved his head.
But what?
well,
yeah.
I mean, it's
But yeah,
very
it was a solid match. It was just a Raw match. There's got to be something more like I expected to be like wilder and like more violent than like Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Yeah, if you want to have CM Punk in a good match right now, you have to put a stipulation on it.
Yeah,
If you have a straight up singles match 1-on-1, he's not that guy.
because I don't
He's
hate
just not that guy
I don't
anymore.
hate Punk the way Woody hates Punk.
No.
But
Nobody does.
you could definitely tell that Seth Rollins was carrying the weight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Seth Rollins carries the weight in most matches. He's a fucking workhorse.
Yeah,
I
it
would
was like-
say he's calling and working out anybody, and almost maybe except like Kenny Omega.
But you can't be a top guy and have somebody carrying you.
And that
in
obviously
my
carrying
opinion.
you.
Yeah.
You got to make it look like it's a 50-50 kind of thing at
Yeah.
least. Which like he did with Drew in the Hell in the Cell match. That I didn't feel like Drew carried that match nearly as much as some of the other matches they had. Because you put a stipulation, you make it something where his slow pace, hard hitting thing works.
Yeah.
And he's still Punk still is smooth with it when it comes to like that neck breaker he did was real fucking nice.
Yeah.
He has some clean moves because he's been doing it for so fucking long that like it should be second nature to him.
It does just seem like he's
riding a
weaker
bike.
or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like,
Well,
like
I mean,
bro,
he's
he's
you get old.
well,
It's like he's an old man.
no, but he's older and he's like a vegetarian. I think he might need to start eating meat pretty soon here, bro. I saw his like legs like wobbling when he's like carrying Seth and shit. It's like, yeah, maybe
Right.
you need to start eating some more
If they hit
protein.
that same spot with Roman and Roman falls onto his shoulders, can
He's
he
not
get
picking
up
that
at the
big
end of
fucking-
it after
Well,
going?
he's not
Right,
picking
yeah.
up.
He's not.
Roman.
He's not
15,
picking that
20
big
minute
oos up,
match.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Them
Like,
ooses
is
are
he
dense,
hitting-
bro. That's a big boy.
Yeah, Roman got a little thick out there. It was like he's been spending that time working out.
He dyed his beard too.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, last few times he's been up there with me with like the gray, and
I
I'm
know.
like, damn, do I need some like just for men? For
I
my
thought you were gonna dye your beard for the Raw episode of the podcast. Here.
podcast. So what do you guys think overall?
C-.
Of the whole episode or just his
The
match?
whole episode.
C plus.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big old C- for me. Yeah,
C plus.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'd say
giving
C
it.
plus.
I'm not giving it a D.
7.5 out of 10.
I was at like a B, and then I kind of like rewatched and like really like let things like sleep on it and like think about it,
Yeah.
and like really like broke things down. I was like, let me down in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I would say I wanted to give the actual show like a D, but there was really fun pageantry. I really liked the new graphics.
And then
I
understanding,
like
Yeah.
the style of like it was a really clean presentation.
right, understanding why they did some of the things like.
And it didn't buffer.
So I did give.
No,
I
it
think
didn't
I hit
buffer
with
at
a
all.
single
People-
buffer.
I knew that
so
wasn't
I'm
gonna
so
be
happy.
a fucking problem.
I saw some
bro.
people online talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. There's no problems for me.
I had
Yeah.
no
Maybe it's
issues.
your
Yeah.
service. I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
maybe it's your
Yeah,
fucking
most-
Yeah.
McDonald's connection, boy. Get your fucking Wi-Fi game up. Fucking go buy a real router.
well,
Stop
look,
stealing
that-
your neighbors.
That question actually leads us right into our question of the week, which is, what did you guys think of the first episode of Raw on Netflix? And like we always say, message us, DM us, send us a video of you talking about it. Send us
Do we
a
want
letter.
it out of 10 or we want a letter grade? Give them.
Good stipulation.
I like a letter grade. That's
I like a letter
Everyone
grade.
understands.
I like a letter grade. You don't just have to give us your letter grade. You can talk a little bit
course.
about it, but give us that letter
Justify
grade.
it.
Let
A
us
good
know.
teacher always writes notes under their letter grade to let you know why you got it.
Especially on Gunky's test, they had to write a lot of notes on it.
Yeah, they
Mine, they just said
definitely-
"A, good job." Like they didn't have to.
Hey,
It wasn't a whole
good
lot of
job.
notes they had to put when you get everything right.
That's
Mine was
true.
like, "This is a math quiz. Why are you writing presidents' names down?"
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, yeah. Let us know your answers, and we'll, come by the shop and let
We'll
us
have
know.
Woody tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah,
I'll be
We'll
happy
tell you
to.
why you're wrong.
If anyone has an opinion they want to share so they can get it corrected, I'm down to always do that for people.
Jesus Christ. Listen, as usual, it's about that time for us to get out of here. But before we do, of course, we got a couple quick hits. First up, new champions all around this week.
Yeah, they really
Hey.
went out on this new episode.
Tiffy time.
Tiffy time,
Tiffy
baby.
time.
SmackDown.
Yeah,
did it.
that was great. That was, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm
So
like,
it was a
think I
great
might
cash-in.
buy the varsity jacket.
Heck, it
you
would
could
look
rock it
good.
for sure.
It would
You
look
could rock
good.
it. You could definitely.
That is a good shade of pink on that thing too.
Yeah.
My sister's gonna be like,
That's a good
oh,
shade of
you
pink
do
on
love
that thing.
me,"
That
'cause
sounds
her
a
name's
little-
Tiffany.
That's a little
Vivid.
Pussy pink.
Sometimes I just mirror my bedroom talk to the podcast talk. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Oh, my God.
That's a good shade of pink on that thing.
It was only a matter of time before she turned on
Yeah.
Nia Jax. Like we knew that
But
story.
I'm gonna just take everything away from the storyline of what they've been bringing. It was a really good cash in.
yeah.
It was a really good. She hit some people with it. She did the right stuff. I like how she did was the pump fake where she threw the referee and then I'm not cashing in. You're like then she okay, stand back up, buddy. Sorry, I'm cashing in now.
Yeah.
All in all, and still shout out to the women of the Money in the Bank, 100% cash in rate. They don't
Yeah,
miss.
yeah.
Do you think
That's true.
they just shipped everybody's Tiffy time Money in the Bank?
I think it was
cases,
it was.
and they were like,
They
all
said
right,
it
we
was
could go now.
December 16th or whatever they said.
Yeah, so
Yep.
they were like, oh, we can have her cash in now.
Yeah.
Yep, now it's time.
Yeah, I think also SmackDown did a good job of obviously Raw is the main focus this week, but they did a good job of
Had a good episode.
yeah, it's their first episode on USA, right? Because they went from Fox to USA, or no? Are they still
Yeah, and then the 3 hours.
right? Yeah, so
No,
it's
it's
just it's a good first it's the beginning of a new era for both shows, and it was a good first episode for them. I feel like
Did they have a whole fanfare like the Raw on Netflix? SmackDown on USA. And they
Absolutely not.
had a whole video telling the story of SmackDown, how it came to USA and shit.
Nope.
Yeah, it's fun if you Google January 6th SmackDown USA. You
And then
might get some
SmackDown
different.
had New Year's Evil,
Yeah.
where
NXT.
NXT on CW.
Julia got her finally got the title.
Yeah.
Which is it's good. They waited a right amount of time. I feel like it was.
Yeah, she came in and just got it.
She could have got it the first day. Everyone knows she's gonna get it, but you had her do the team up. You had her help bring up some other people, play the crowd right, work her way to where she earned the title shot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just given. And then rightfully she won when she had her first
And they're
chance.
doing the same thing with Stephanie Valcour. She won the
Number one contender for the
Fatal 4-Way, John.
Women's North American Championship.
Man, Oba finally got the big
Yeah.
one.
Femi, man, this
Big boy.
the champion we needed. As much I love Trick Williams,
Does
and I
Trick
think
get moved up?
he's been so good until you put him next to Oba Femi, and you're like, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the guy.
Well, they're
Trick
good.
looks small, right?
They're good in their own ways. You know what I mean? Like
I know, but like or this everything Trick has, I'm just like I think Oba does everything a little bit better. Not like the exact same category, but it's like I think his presence is better, his size is better, his moveset is better.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think I'm with you. I just tend to like that type of character more than
Exactly.
than
That could be it. That
than
could be
a
it, too.
cocky baby face.
Yeah, 'cause
I would
Trickle's
much
like-
rather
he's
just
like-
see a fucking dominant foreign heel. Like I'd always rather just
is
see
he
this
too
big
big?
motherfucker.
Is he too big to play that cocky baby face? Kind of like he's got to like be more tough if he's going to be that size. Because he's a big
he's tall
fucking
as shit.
dude,
Yeah.
man.
He
And
is.
not compared to Oba Femi, it's
I
crazy
mean,
how.
what would you
Come
say
on.
Booker T's
he's, like,
gimmick
ripped.
was? Like, that was a big motherfucker that was just like cocky.
Yeah,
and
I
just,
always
talking
like when I
shit,
think like Trick, I always like
Black
picture
Snow?
like old school Booker T.
Like
Like
Harlem
the way he
Heat.
moves and his move sets and stuff. Like it really gives me like old school Booker.
I mean,
Yeah,
doesn't he
vibes.
do the scissor kick? Like, isn't that like one
Yeah.
of those like
Does he,
main?
does he
yeah.
drop N bombs on Hogan?
Ah,
'Cause then
it's gonna
I'm
get you.
Yeah,
That's classic.
we can just rerun that thing
That's
right there. That'd be great.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Congratulations to the new champions. We know you're all listening, and we hope you have a great title run. Next up, one Kenny Omega had what was it? The 8th greatest match of all time.
Yeah, I
they
saw
said?
like on the way it was rated on Ringside was people were saying it's basically like the 8th greatest match of all time.
Gabe Kidd in the 8th greatest wrestling
good
match
for
of
Gabe.
all
That's
time.
better. That's a better title. It's like leave Kenny Omega's name out of it.
Gabe
Gabe Kidd
Kidd.
with the 8th greatest wrestling match of all time.
I mean, Gabe Kidd had to be doing something, right? I mean, fuck.
Yeah, that
I'll-
match was fucking sick though.
Yes,
Was
it's a
that
great
Wrestle
match.
Dynasty? Yeah, yeah. It was an AEW New Japan show, correct?
No.
I think it was just New Japan.
Just-
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
There's a bunch of AEW stars there though.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
was it like how like they just kind of like bring him back finally, like make sure the ring rust is kind of off, have him put on
Probably.
this match in New Japan, where he built a name for himself and everything, and now it's like bring him back into AEW.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it
Just
seems
funny
like.
that his ring rust, knock off the ring rust match is the 8th greatest match of all time.
Hey, look, and they're still protecting the one-winged angel.
It's a great
That's one
finisher.
talking about protecting moves. That's like the most protective move in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during that same show, it was Chris Charlton was talking shit on
Talking
Tony
shit
Khan.
about AEW. He's like,
Oh,
He was
yeah.
talking about how like
put on punishment.
Money
right?
mark. He called him a money mark.
well, he had New. You're talking about New Japan had such great talent, and then like a money mark comes to town, and he takes all their great talent, and they go over to AEW. Tony Khan was like, "You can't like we do business together. Fuck you." Suspended. Like that dude's suspended now. Like you gotta certain
Politics.
Yeah. Also, like when you make a smart mark burn on a smart mark, he's paying attention. He heard it. He understood. You like
Right,
what was
right.
it? You kind of sneak one by, like that big fucking mark.
Yeah.
So now we need Kenny Omega, teaming with Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy to take down
Kenny Omega's
Death
back,
Riders.
man. I hope he's back. Hope he's healthy for the rest of his career. This dude is so fucking good at wrestling. He tells such a good story in the ring.
He got
I'm
new
so
music,
excited.
Really cool from the people who
Yeah,
wrote
yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
like
you got-
the-
Yeah, I did see that. That's awesome.
Who did
Yeah.
Final Fantasy music,
So
did his
sick.
music. He's so locked in with like certain cultures too that it's
And for having a divertick, like he looked fucking ready to go.
yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's-
Wrestle Kingdom was sick.
And if he
Couple-
wrestles
couple good matches.
if he wrestles Osprey, like we're gonna get another 5-star match for Osprey because I
Right.
saw that Meltzer.
Because Thank God, because
There's
the
no-
Ricochet Osprey run back was not, you know what I mean? What it was.
Meltzer
originally.
gave 2 of Ospreay's matches at the last pay-per-view at World's End. He gave them 2. Both matches were 5-star matches.
Well, I mean,
Woody,
Osprey.
Nobody gets Dave Meltzer harder than Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega. So you put them in
Very
a match,
true.
he's coming his pants.
Yeah, dude. It's also like
Those
if
pants
Meltzer
are
had to
definitely getting tighter.
if Meltzer had to say what his kink was, it's just Ospreay.
And Omega, bro.
Yeah,
They're
how do you
like
describe it, Ospreay?
just like very athletic, technically sound.
My dick is all
Throw
elite.
Kurt Angle in the mix. Chances of winning.
No, he has no
Drastic-
5-star fucking.
drastic
Kurt
go
Angle,
down.
yeah.
Kurt Angle has no 5-star matches. He doesn't
No,
like
I know.
them.
Not a very good
I was
wrestler.
I was
Yeah.
quoting.
Not good enough hair. That's
Just
what
not
it
a
is.
good
Probably.
wrestler.
I was quoting Steiner math. I was bringing it back, to earlier.
Well, that was a fail. So with that,
This guy. Okay. Yeah. With that, it is time for us to get out of here. But of course, as always, make sure you listen to our other podcasts, Grappling with the Gilmans, the Hardcore Happy Hour. Make sure you follow that Patreon when it's available. The more details coming soon, but we are going to have some awesome shows on there. Suplex and Chill, Mystery of Violence Theater, as well as so much more. Make sure you tap in on the Instagram, svw.worldwide. Same on TikTok. Make sure you follow our other store, svw.orlando. And, you know what? We have to talk about
what's coming up?
Yeah.
what's coming up.
The Regal
is
Rumpus?
The Regal Rumpus.
You guys are having a huge watch party on February 1st.
Big
February
one. February
1st.
1st.
This one we were trying to go all out for. It's just
No, it's called All In, I think. Oh, no,
All
you know
In?
what? They have All Out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble.
We're going to go all out so they can go all in.
True.
Royal Rumble is my favorite PLE of the year.
100%.
Oh,
totally
yeah,
It
agree.
is my number one favorite one, and no affiliation. This watch party is going to be my favorite watch party of the year.
The Regal Rumpus.
The Regal Rumpus is just fantastic. Make sure everyone comes through for that. We will have more
Meltzer
information.
gives it 5 stars.
We're gonna have more information about that online.
Yeah.
Pay attention for what we got dropping on that.
I'll
I'm
put it
so
on
excited.
record. Woody's favorite PLE of the year is always the Royal Rumble. Mine is always Backlash.
You're a backlash.
Really?
I'm a
guy?
big Backlash guy.
That sucks.
No, I'm not a fucking big
That
Backlash
sucks for
guy. That's
you.
the worst pay-per-view every year.
What?
I
It's
know.
just
I
like-
was confused too. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's just like the Royal. I mean, it's just like Mania.
Roman's a big roadblock guy.
my brain just went back to like Gunky doing like trigonometry and like
Yeah.
writing down like Roosevelt.
Yeah. No Way Out. Actually, that's a great one. They haven't done that one in a while.
Well, no,
but
I'm just
still
saying
waiting for
Backlash
them to
because
get
it's
back.
always the worst fucking pay-per-view because right after
Always
Mania,
after
they don't really
Mania.
have shit else to do. They're just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
like whatever. We'll just do this same rivalry just
We're
one
just
more
running
time.
back.
Yeah, it's the hangover of PLEs.
Yeah.
Nothing ever substantial happens. It's just all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. With that,
Like, share, tap in, tell a friend to tell a friend.
you already know.
There you go.
Anything else?
I think we're all good.
Follow my
here, man.
personal
Alright.
account. How about it?
Let's get out of here.
Follow Gunky at gunk.gunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gunkyandthetrunky.com.
Gunkyandthechunky.com. That's going to be like Creed thoughts. Trevor in the office. He's like, I just opened a Word document. That's what we're going to do for Gunky. Oh, yeah. Just your own stream of consciousness
There we go.
that no one will
Oh, if
ever-
you're gonna follow someone, follow Bronson Reed.
Oh,
He's
yeah. Bronson Reed's
amazing
been
online
killing
right
it.
now.
He's been killing it on
Yeah, fuck
Twitter.
me. Go follow him.
Yeah, he's been great. What did he say? He was going to tsunami Ric Flair 12 times and then hit the bomb?
Something like that.
So good.
Something.
I'll read my favorite. Oh no, I lost it. Dang, my favorite Bronson Reed tweet. It said, due to injury, you guys missed out on me making Seth and Punk both call me daddy, then rip a fat bong and give Hulk Hogan 12 tsunamis. This is on a verified account right now.
That's so sick.
If that happened, that would have made the Raw probably a 9 out of 10.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
He
Just
was like
call him
so
for a
jealous
run-in.
of Jay Uso coming out with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't like that. He's a big stoner, I guess.
Apparently. All right.
Come on, suplex and chill.
Suplex and chill. We out.